this is really powerful, that with your tutoring, you hold a feeling of certainty around their ability. That's what a really effective healer has. It's a feeling of certainty. And that's what we have when we get ready to give a divine opening. It's like, it always works. They may not feel anything, but I have this feeling of certainty. Now, could somebody be dragged in off the street by their partner and sit there and block it? Maybe, but it works. And that feeling of certainty, or just that direct knowing of certainty.
Knowing.
I don't even know if it's a feeling. It's just, I know. Yeah. I am perfectly willing to float around and I don't know about a lot of things, but that is not one that I float around in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're getting this kid to look forward to your visits, I would say, is a miracle. Oh, boy, the math tutor's coming. How often do you hear that? Probably you hear it often.
I do.
Yeah.
Divine opening is the only thing I've ever done. But I think, you know what, I'm gonna, it's done so much for me. It's done things I never expected it to do for me or asked for it to do for me.
Yeah, and while the mind doubts, you actually know.
Yep. Right.
Just accept that the mind doubts is what it does, and you don't have to wait for it to stop to say, okay, it's true now. Really, the mind doubts. And I think sometimes people do think with anything, they have to wait till the mind stops doubting. Well, we don't know how long exactly that will be.
Very true. Wow. Yes.
Yeah. And then I made a little note. You said sometimes I yell at my kids, and I wrote sometimes it's necessary. And also that judgment thing. You go, okay, I yelled at my kids. The effective question could be, well, how effective was that?
Oh, yes. Well, I had a friend.
Yeah, and then just go by that. If the way you did it wasn't so effective, then go, well, what would work better next time? If it was effective, go, that must have been perfect in that moment. And
sometimes
take the judgment glue off.
Right. Yes, I had a friend who used to say, sometimes you just have to go, sit down, Yeah.
Hey, who made up that spiritual people are always, like this?
Right.
And in reality, spiritual people that are always like this often get taken advantage of. So what if we're just
bypassing?
Yeah. What if we have the range of flexibility? Oh gosh, what did they used to say back in NLP? That the person with the most flexibility controls the situation. And kids sometimes have the most flexibility. They'll do anything, where we kind of get limited and in a rut or a habit or pattern about how we'll deal with them. And, we say be the most powerful component, but the most flexible component often has an edge in leading the situation too. Flexibility is huge. If you've got one way of being, I always have to be soft, and if you've got one way of being, I don't think that's flexible.
Wow, very true.
Yeah, and then it takes the judgment off that I have flexibility and I can do what it takes to get the job done. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you just have to say something really tough to somebody, and that's the thing that flips them. It's
true.
Just depends. Where everything else is, they're just like, blowing it off. Yeah.
Well, and sometimes, other people have thought that I was too lenient, but sometimes giving the kids the responsibility makes them step up.
Oh, you bet. I've seen a lot of over permissiveness causing problems later with kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
but sometimes too, rigidity. I had an older woman say, what do you mean you let your kids decide what to wear to school? What if they wanted to wear a bathing suit? And I looked at her and I said, why would they want to wear a bathing suit to school? Like I let them decide if it's, you know what I mean? Like what to wear, but she thought that was too, so yeah. So there's just an assessing of the situation, a flexibility with the situation.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Again, and being able to be aware and respond in the moment. Oh, that's flexibility.
Right.
With
And just
not thinking the same formula is going to work every time. It's,
right.
I've literally, found with some people, with a particular assistant, that the nicer I was, the worse her performance. The stricter I was, the better her performance. I do sometimes tend to kind of be over allowing as a manager, like some people are as a mother, as a parent. And oh my God, they'll take it. Some of them will take advantage. The minute you crack down, they're like, okay, I'm in line now. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. I'm just making a few notes. And you can look over this. This is very thorough and shows a great degree of wisdom and understanding coming from your own core. It's a very, I'd say, successful discovery.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And the fun part is, but boy, the road to getting to that understanding is just all good stuff for you. So it makes this so much fun.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I cannot count the hours and hours of audios that I have heard.
People tell me that.
I mean, that's what hogged up all the space on my phone. That's what made me have to buy an iPod. Yeah.
It does. Those audios, even though I try to compress them, they can be pretty big sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I was not buying a lot of space on my phone, but now and I actually shared it with somebody. I said, oh, I put it on an iPod now. And they were like, oh, I'm getting an iPod,
Yeah,
so
they're cheap now. They're cheap now, aren't they? I mean, they're giving those things away now. Yeah, and that's a really good idea because the phones are expensive to get that extra space.
It is, and then I don't have to have my phone with me all the time. I can have, the phone can be charging or the phone can be somewhere else. I don't want to be interrupted. I can just be listening, take walks with audios. I mean, yeah.
And you can listen to videos. I tell people that streaming, you can listen to streaming video. So do you not stream? I'm curious. You don't stream the audios as you're walking from the website? You download them?
Mostly. I have done both, but I find, I have to get on the website. I have to find the audio I want.
Right.
But if I put them in iTunes, if I download them to my computer, put them in iTunes, then I can put them in different playlists. So I can have one for level 1, one for level 2, one for Matrix. That way I know which ones are the module I'm on at the time, or business course. I can separate them. And
true.
Sometimes I'm in the mood for one thing, and sometimes I'm in the mood for another. Sometimes one Christmas I went to New Orleans for Christmas, and every time I took a walk, this one audio kept starting, and I could randomly shuffle them too to say, oh, you tell me what I should listen to. This one kept coming on, and I didn't like the woman's voice. I kept changing it. Well, finally I said, all right, I'm just going to listen to it, and it was what I needed to hear. And it just kept, oh gosh, so many times what I need to hear just comes randomly to an audio. And yes. So I do. I've stored them, and that way I could be on the airplane. I can be in airplane mode, because if I have the phone on my body, I don't want it transmitting.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't put it on my body a lot. I do speaker and that's interesting. It's always interesting for me to hear how people do it. Girl, you are organized, having them organized into playlists. Now I have my retreat playlist like anally organized, but I don't have my, I just stream them off the website. That's when I listen, I stream them off. And I'm listening a lot lately to decide which ones I'm going to replace with these newer ones. And I'm listening to the newer ones to decide, okay, where am I going to put it? Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah. So I listen on my iPad a lot.
I used to do that too. I used to like open up
Easy.
different tabs and put different, like depending how long, oh my gosh, when I drive to my mom's house, it's 14 hours.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I
You
plan
can
ahead for that.
endless audios all over the website. Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful. Well, wow. So we have some expanding into who we are beyond stories and writing our stories from that more expanded place.
Super cool.
Beautiful. So I'll send you the audio, but yeah, I think I may take some excerpts out of there for the new coaching model pieces. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I feel like you said some really good stuff.
We hit some good things. We did some good co-creating there. Yeah. So wonderful. You have a great day and see you so soon.
So soon. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, it's raining. It's going to be bright green here.
Awesome.
We're just loving it. Okay. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.